No Fashion Limits, where nothing or no one is ever off limits. As you know, I'm your host, Rashida Simi Young, and today we'll be honoring the one and only Cicely Tyson, who passed away on Thursday, January 28th, 2021, and was also someone who I consider my very own friend. But before we get into this video, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube by clicking on that button down below. If you haven't already, go ahead and do what you gotta do. And let's get right into it. So first off, y'all, can we please take a moment of silence to honor Cicely Tyson, who paved the way for Black women in TV today and is forever iconic. Let's take a look at Cicely throughout her years. She was born on December 19th, 1924 to West Indian parents in Harlem, New York. And she was discovered by a photographer with Ebony magazine and would later become this big, popular fashion model. She has acted in over 100 films and TV shows, to say the least, and Cicely has really left her mark around the world. As you can see, Cicely Tyson was absolutely beautiful. And you may remember Cicely from her roles in movies like Sounder in 1972, Fried Green Tomatoes, The Help, How to Get Away with Murder, the autobiography of Miss Jane Pittman, A Fall from Grace, and The Diary of a Mad Black Woman, to name a few. And you know, out of all the roles that Cicely Tyson played, they were always positive examples of a strong Black woman. You know what I mean? Cicely refused to play any roles that were demeaning or had a negative narrative on Black people. And, you know, I love her for that. And, you know, this is a woman who has won 3 Emmys, a Tony Award, an Oscar Award, and has really left her mark around the world. And, you know, Cicely Tyson's legacy will forever live on. And I'm so happy that we got to honor her while she was here on earth, you know? And, you know, taking a look back in 2016, President Obama awarded Cicely Tyson with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest civilian honor in the United States. You know, and in 2018, she won the Academy Honorary Award. And let's not forget about, you know, 2020 when Cicely was inducted into the TV Hall of Fame, because about a week before Cicely left to LA, she came inside my boutique, she sat down and she said, "I'm gonna be in the TV Hall of Fame." And we were so excited. I remember that day because I was like, yeah, I was like hella excited for her. I was so excited for CT. And, you know, she was on the phone. Her agent was telling her that she would have to leave to LA, and she didn't really like flying. And when she got off the phone, she said, "I'm gonna be in the TV Hall of Fame." And I was like, yes, I was so happy for her, you know? Yes, I got the opportunity to meet Cicely. And, you know, it's funny how we met because, you know, I was managing a boutique on Madison Avenue, and I was in the window styling the mannequins, and, you know, this older woman walked by and gave me a thumbs up and waved. And, you know, I waved back and I kept styling the mannequins. And the next thing I know, someone comes and they knock on the door. And I opened the door and I said, "You know, we're not open yet," but I said, "You can come in." And she walked in and she said, "Who are you?" And I said, I'm new. I'm the store manager of this boutique." And she said, "No, you're not." And I said, "Yes, I am." And we both kind of laughed. And, you know, I know Cicely wasn't used to seeing Black faces on Madison Avenue, because I didn't see a whole lot of Black faces on Madison Avenue. You know what I mean? But, you know, that day I could tell she was a little sad, and she had disclosed with me that, you know, she had a family problem going on. And that day we prayed, and little did I know, Cicely would stay with me the whole entire day, like leading into sunset. And we had the best time ever. We put on so many different clothes, and we laughed. Cicely and I would have a bond, you know? We laughed, we cried, we put on clothes together, like here where Cicely is telling me to put on something. Take a look. You want me to put it on? Okay. Cicely ended up coming by the boutique at least once a week. Like every week I was able to see Cicely Tyson. You know, if a week went by and I didn't see Cicely, I would be kind of concerned, you know? And, you know, even my employees knew that Cicely and I had a bond. You know, they knew. And I have so many memories with Cicely. I've learned a lot from Cicely. You know what I mean? I've learned a whole lot. And I'm forever grateful that I got to be in her presence. And one memory in particular was the day before her birthday. She had came inside the boutique around like 4 or 5, like a little later. And she was like, I want these sneakers. And I was like, CT. I called her CT. She introduced herself as CT, so I call her CT. She said, Balenciaga's not Pinko, honey. CT, you ain't never lied about that. But I said, don't worry. I said, I'll go to Soho and pick them up for you tomorrow morning. So I went to Soho, I picked them up, got her a little gift for her birthday. And I remember coming back to Madison Avenue, and, you know, when I got back, her and her bodyguard came in, and Cicely looked race with Tyler Perry. And, you know, she was so happy. But speaking of Tyler Perry, you know, CT spoke so highly of Tyler Perry, you know. She loved him. And, you know, here's a few photos of CT and Tyler over the years, you know, because Tyler loved her too. And he took to his Instagram to express what CT meant to him. And he talked about how he knew her for over 16 years. And while Tyler Perry knew CT for 16 years, I had the pleasure of knowing her since 2019. And, you know, I'm so thankful that I got to have an icon in my presence multiple times. Once again, I'm your host, Rashida Simi Young. Please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye. And rest in peace to the one and only Cicely Tyson.